costumes, skins, customization, any way you want to say it. Skins in a game, especially a superhero game, are really, really important. Now, at first glance, it might seem that it's not really important, but when you think about it, it is one of the best aspects that can be implemented in a game. Now, for instance, I grew up with games such as Arkham, the Arkham series, so Asylum, City, Origins, Night, and in City, they, at the time of when the game was coming out, DLC was kind of just being established and was more mainstream, and they had this cute little DLC pack where you could get skins that were just absolutely insane, like the animated series Batman, his Batman Returns, Year One, Sinestro, Batman Incorporated, Batman Beyond. And it wouldn't do anything that would change the story, and at the time it didn't change visuals when you are interacting with the environment, like let's say with the eventual Into the Spider-Verse cosmetics in Spider-Man. This was a really cool addition because not only are you able to replay the game with your favorite version of Batman that the game now lets you do, but you could essentially imagine it as a lost sequel as that Batman. So you're like, oh man, this could be another story that takes place in the animated series if I have the animated series Batman skin. And they eventually have one for Catwoman as well, for Robin, Nightwing for the challenge maps. Overall, it had me hooked. I fell in love with it. I've always been a big fan of superheroes. I think it's my favorite genre in general, whether it's books, movies, TV shows, games, whatever. And then, Spider-Man games, as they would come out, they also implemented costumes. Just like with Batman, Spider-Man has had years of looks to just choose from. And again, you can just do the same thing, whether it's like Shattered Dimensions or Edge of Time. And then, of course, the eventual Marvel Spider-Man series. So Marvel Spider-Man, Miles Morales, like that was insane. In Marvel Spider-Man, you get to play as Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and have another, I guess, again, story. It really just is able to have someone choose their story in a way that's kind of crazy when you think about it, because when single player stories are made, the story can only go one way. But by adding these customizations, sometimes your brain does funny stuff and you are envisioning it another way. Now, of course, mods go beyond that because they can just change everything, like models, voices, and everything. But in terms of just being, I guess, in the most safest way to add more replayability, this was the way to go for years. And then with games like Marvel Rivals, I mean, it's a no-brainer. Like, this helps fund the game since it is essentially free to play. And what's cool is they do their own takes for your favorite skins. I know that's kind of a double-edged sword because while it's cool to see someone's interpretation of, a future Foundation skin for the Fantastic Four, some people might not like it. They just want a one-to-one adaptation. Kind of like how, Spider-Man fans always bitch about how, oh man, we will never get a classic suit in the movies when, like, why? It's so boring. Anyways. But yeah, man, Marvel Rivals, like this game is taking off. I absolutely adore the customization in this game. Now this is not a single player game. This is actually, a hero shooter PvP kind of game. So while there is a story, it's more of like a background element. But I mean, with comics, it makes sense that these characters would look different. They wouldn't always wear the same thing. Some of my favorite elements whenever these stories are adapted is when they're kind of caught off guard. So like they're forced to fight in a fit that isn't usual. So like, that can usually be a casual appearance. And that's been in like the Spider-Man games as well. Like you can sometimes unlock a casual outfit for the character. Not yet in Rivals have we had that a casual fit, but one of the coolest ones is battle damage. And that's just been a staple since the Arkham games, since the Activision Spider-Man games. It's just so good. It adds so much adds so much to the story, because every time you look at that battled suit and you look at a specific rip or bloodstain, oh, like the character received this at this certain point. Now with Rivals, we have yet to get battle damage skins in the game, and I don't really know if we ever will. That's kind of tricky. My best choices would be just doing the standard skins that are base, but then they are damaged. And that's the whole point of superheroes, is like superheroes are always going to get beaten and battered, and that's one of the coolest things that I love, is just seeing the different versions of what people can think of when a suit gets damaged. Hope it comes out. I don't think it will. It just might be a me thing. I made a video a long time ago talking about how important battle damage really is when it comes to like the whole customization aspect and then like incorporating in your thoughts and like what happens in the game and whatnot. But I mean, you know, Rivals is doing amazing. We just got the summer skins, which just, I mean, they didn't disappoint. Apparently we're getting another wave in August, I believe. So I think Human Torch and Punisher will be in that one. And then supposedly maybe 2 to 4 more. I would maybe just have my hopes up for 2 because I don't want them to, you know, strain themselves. But I mean, I'm not complaining because, you know, the resort skins, which are the ones with like Squirrel Girl, Jeff, Rocket, those technically were part of the summer thing. They're not swimsuit, they're resort skins. So then of course, you know, with like Luna, Psylocke, Loki, Thor, and now the Thong, the lovely Thong, we get to have swimsuit skins. And it just makes me so excited. I'm not gonna lie, last Christmas, around the time when the game was launching, I was a little bit maybe disappointed with the Christmas skins, because I guess if you can compare it now to the summer skins that we have, you can tell it's not as much effort. But you know, the game was just coming out, they were just probably focusing on release, bugs, all that stuff. So I can't wait. And then I mean, Halloween, for sure, Halloween we're gonna get like, I don't know which Luna or which Scarlet Witch, which Scarlet Witch, that's a tongue twister, but it's very exciting. You know, I love seeing some of our favorite characters in comics or Marvel comics just be able to have personality, right? Because whenever someone chooses a skin in that game, they're saying, you know, this is my favorite, right? Whether it's visually or if their fucking ass is out, because you know how that is. But this is their favorite version of the character, subconsciously, right? It just works with them, and I'm so excited to see what the future holds for not only Marvel Rivals but just any other game that can maybe add more to what is possible when it comes to alternate skins. I just adore it. I can't wait. My hopes, besides the, you know, Halloween skins I would love, and then more Christmas skins would be perfect. You could do so much with like different holidays, but there's still like such a vast world of comics out there that still have not been adapted when it comes to different characters' looks. And yeah, let me know what you all think down below in the comments. You know, do you have this same feeling when it comes to alternate skins in games, specifically superhero games, right? Like, do you think I'm just kind of yapping, or do I have a point? I would really like to know, especially with Rivals as a example, because, you know, it doesn't have the story element that I was kind of talking about, but at the same time I still feel it has the personality of the player who is playing that character. And yeah, let me all know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic night. Take care.